Okay, this is at 37 yards. And that's the tree way over there where my gun is leaned up against. All right, so this one's at 20 yards. And then I've got one right back here at 37 yards. So hopefully the wind doesn't mess with them too much. And then that's where I'm gonna shoot from, just to sight or pattern test this. It's a Carlson Cremator long range. I'll show you here in just a second. I've got Federal TSS turkey loads, number 9s. So Federal number 9s, TSS turkey loads. And I'm shooting it out of this right here. So I've got a Franchi 12 gauge, and this is the long range Cremator choke. This is not a turkey choke. I got this for like waterfowl hunting and goose hunting, and it's done great. It's a full choke, obviously, so it's got a really tight pattern. But when I reached out to Carlson's, they said that I could shoot Federal TSS number 9 out of this, but they do have a heavyweight TSS choke for this. It's a 0.065 or something like that restriction on it, if I remember right. But I'm just gonna see if I can get by with this one instead of spending like $60 to get the heavyweight TSS choke that was specifically patterned for these loads. And these are the loads I'm shooting. One and 3/4 ounce, number 9 shot, 3-inch. 1,200 feet per second. I'm gonna put my Tetra hearing protection in, shoot a couple shots on these. So these are also for waterfowl hunting, but I've shot them skeet shooting and everything. So this one goes in my left ear. So here you go. I didn't put the batteries in on these ones because I'm just gonna be shooting just a couple shots, and I don't need to hear everything else around me. Get the other one in. I don't know if that recorded, but you can't even hardly tell they're in there. They're really comfortable. And I don't have the batteries turned on right now, but if I did, you can turn them up or turn them down. But they're specifically tuned for waterfowl. They hear like wings flapping and stuff. But I've used them for other shooting. So I'm gonna put a couple shots into these targets downrange and see how these pattern out. I'm gonna start with the 40-yard one. That kicks pretty good. Those TSS loads are hammers. And then I'm gonna shoot the 20-yard one. Man, that like pummels you. I got my nose on that one. That is like, I thought like goose loads were pretty heavy. Like these TSS loads, like they wallop you. Anyways, let's go check them out. I was holding it pretty tight too, and it like jumped and got my nose a little bit. Okay, so here's the 20-yard pattern. Man, that did real good. That's a dead turkey. Here's the 40-yard one. It looked like I felt like I was on there pretty good, but it shot a little left. It's still like, that's not bad, I don't think. I've never turkey hunted really. Almost had one this morning. But I think that that's like doable at 40 yards. That seems like it's pretty good density. So 20 yards on my left, and that's 40-yard pattern. So looks like the pattern, it was a little left. I could have pulled it left. But I mean, you got some pretty good hits there. So here's my thoughts. 20 yards, that thing was pretty deadly for sure. That was a pretty tight pattern, I think. 20 yards, I don't know any different. I've never shot any other chokes. But at 37 yards, it looked like I must have either pulled it left or it just patterns left a little bit. But I mean, I think it's still pretty deadly. I don't think I need like the heavyweight TSS Carlson choke tube that's specifically made and pattern tested for this load. Which, by the way, this load like punches. Like, I mean, it felt like you're shooting a 30-06. Just kind of slaps you, to be honest. So I can see why guys shoot a 20 gauge turkey hunting or 410. But anyways, I think it's a pretty deadly combination with the Cremator Carlson choke tube, long range, made for waterfowl. But I think definitely like that pattern could improve with the right choke tube that was specifically made for this ammo. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is this a good pattern at 37 yards? I don't know what to think of it really, other than it looks like it would kill that turkey. And I mean, I must have either pulled it a little left. Like 40 yards is quite a long ways when you're really looking at it in real time. Like shooting out a turkey at 60 yards is quite a ways too. So I mean, I had a turkey within 100 yards today, a tom, and I had a hen within 40 yards. But anyways, I couldn't never get the tom to come in quite a ways, so the hen pulled it off a little bit, and then they took off. And I saw them later running down a road, but it's fun anyways. My shoulder can feel it for sure. It did bump up and hit my nose, but it didn't hurt. It just kind of jumped and got it a little bit, but wasn't what I was expecting. I mean, were you guys expecting that? Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on it, and educate me a little bit on what you would recommend as far as this load, this gun, this choke tube. Is it worth getting the heavyweight TSS choke tube? It's like 60 bucks, so it's not like breaking the bank, but I just like, if I can do multiple things with one choke tube in and not have to change it out, like, that's like all the better. Then I can get used to one choke tube for different disciplines of hunting. But would be curious to hear you guys' thoughts after shooting that. Like, a 20 gauge seems pretty exciting. Or like 410. My son shoots a 410 Mossberg pump, and also with the TSS turkey loads, and it doesn't kick as bad, obviously, but that seems pretty enticing. Here's the 2 shells. Is that normal for them to look like that after? I mean, this is to give you an idea how far away that Franchi pitches these when they ejects them. But I've never seen shotgun shells kind of crimp over like that. Curious if that's normal. I just spooked some kind of a snake. I don't know what kind it was, but it was right here. And it went slithering away in that water. I tried to get a video of it, but it's down in there somewhere. It freaked me out. I've never seen a snake that big. I'm from Idaho, so all I've seen is like gardener snakes, a couple rattlesnakes in Wyoming, and that's it. I don't know if that's like a bull snake or what it was, but that thing blended in so good. It was like right here. It had a smaller head, so it wasn't like a ginormous head. It had kind of like a yellow underbody to it. It swam right in that water, and it's over there somewhere. Freaking hate snakes. and spiders and ticks and bugs. So now I live in North Carolina where there's a lot more of that stuff. But it's not cold 7 months out of the year anyway, so I'll take that trade-off, I guess.